So friends, welcome and very happy to be here. Harika, I just need to check. Yes, I'll be able to share my PowerPoint when I want to. Okay. Do we begin, Harita, or you think we can wait 5 minutes for some of them to join?
Can start, Dr. Jayesh. It's going
Okay.
live on
One,
YouTube. Thank you
one,
so much for being
wonderful, wonderful. So friends, today's topic is a very interesting topic. And this interesting topic is the nature of our personal reality. And so let us begin with some of the ideas or what needs to be shared today. Are you able to see my PowerPoint, friends? Just say yes, Harika. Yes, you can see the PowerPoint.
Yes.
Yes, friends. So there is a book which is written by this master, and there are many books written by this master. And her name is Jane Roberts, and also her husband. And many of the books are titled as Seth books or Seth Speaks. And here today in our presentation is kind of a mother tincture of this integrated wisdom, which I received when I was meditating, reflecting, studying on various aspects that are downloaded by Jane Roberts in her channeling with Seth. So she goes into kind of a meditative state and she channels or downloads this wisdom from Seth, who is a higher being, allowing this wisdom. So this is the book, friends, which I would highly recommend. And this book was recommended by Dr. Newton in one of his seminars, which my daughter, Dr. Shraddha, attended. And on one of my birthdays, she gave me this book as a gift. And it remained on my shelf for a long time. And when when my time came for getting this wisdom, that book came in my hand when I was living on a vacation or a holiday to also spend some time looking within. And that's when I spent a lot of time with this book and found it extremely insightful and life-changing in many ways. So the book is quite a thick book, so I can't share all aspects of the book, but I can give the spirit of the book as it came. It struck me as I was consumed by the narrative and by the wisdom that was channeled by Jane. So the book starts with the concept of the source self, and first gives this idea of Sumari, which means family of consciousness with common characteristics. We all are part of this Sumari. Now, one thing that strikes immediately when you read the book, it gives you this first message that here, as I call it, we are on this third dimension, walking on the surface of the planet Earth. we deal with facts and a lot of facts. And these facts are actually fictions. These facts are a fragment of imagination. So you'll ask me, oh, what are you saying that facts are imaginations? These facts that are fiction are kind of coming alive. So if I had to say, for example, I will just give you a little example from my pocket. And this is the first example. So you will say this is a fact that this is 500 rupees. Why do I say this is 500 rupees? I say that this 500 rupees is completely a fiction, an imagination. Because when I was in my school, this 500 rupee note did not exist. Somebody imagined and constructed this 500 rupee bill, and we all agreed that, yes, we all agree that we will imagine this as 500 rupees. And then it became 500 rupees. You have 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 1 crore, 2 crores, 10 crores, 20 crores, 100 million, whatever in your bank account, dollars or rupees. They really don't exist in the form of these rupees somewhere in some locker. Do you think that the bank is holding your money in some locker, that this is Dr. Jayesh's locker, 10 lakh rupees are kept there, he can take it when he wants? This money is completely imaginary. But we experience it as fact. So the difference between fact and imagination is very interesting, or the connection between the fact and imagination. So this was the first very interesting lesson that the book opens, a very interesting proposition, very interesting way of looking at it. It doesn't give these examples which I am giving you, but I am giving you the way it came to me. So the first lesson is that all of us are not familiar with the thoughts, with our thoughts as we think them to be. We think we are very much aware of our thoughts. At least I thought like this, and my belief was shattered because every day I am discovering multiple thoughts which I was not aware that are coming to me. So apparently, no one forces you to think in a particular way. Our nature is habitual. And the first message is reflect on your thoughts and document the unusually usual thoughts on daily basis. You will be surprised if you make this decision today that I'm going to document and be aware of these habitual thoughts. I give you a minute. See if you can just reflect on one of the funny, unusual, interesting, out of the box thought that comes to your awareness in the moment. Give yourself this 1 minute and document a couple of thoughts It is very interesting if you can locate and identify thoughts on regular basis, because they are the primary unit of your personal reality process, or your creation of your personal reality. They are basic units. So friends, let's go ahead, okay? So the exterior manifestation, as Seth says, is in many ways a replica of our inner automatic desire, unconscious desire, whatever you call it, or not known desires or unknown desires, both. It is governed by a deep belief system, a deep-seated beliefs that these automatic desires are founded upon. And it takes a committed sadhana or practice to uncover hundreds of beliefs that are interconnected to create a personal reality. If I always thought that this seminar will be my last seminar, because I've done all the modules 2 times with Dr. Newton, now is the last one, which I have not done. Once I do this, then I have discovered everything about myself. And then I know that this is still not even the beginning. So when reading this book, the first interesting aspect that came to my mind spontaneously at that time, I took myself to that time from all the notes. I've taken pages and pages of notes here on what I learned from this book. First, about what the book said, and second, about my own self. So the first belief that came to my mind, I will share very openly with you today. That the first unconscious belief that came to my mind was that I recognized when reading the first pages of the book, that my first belief was my first inner desire was to be famous. And so I am famous. And one of my second belief was that I don't want to be very famous. So I am not very famous. And friends, you won't believe that this awareness brought such a big smile on my face, because I said, this is interesting. Why is this interesting? Because this revealed to me so much about my personality. When I go deeper into the fears, into the feelings, into the emotions that underlie this belief or this desire, automatic desire, most important is automatic desire, to be famous and to be not very famous, I could see that there are underlying feelings, emotions, so many unrecognized, unintegrated plethora of skeletons that are there underneath. It is like opens the Pandora box. And the most interesting part was this same fears, same feelings, same beliefs were the same feelings and same emotions and same fears and same feelings were creating these two beliefs. And how both these come from the same root or the same base or the same feeling or the same emotion. And how this belief system is structured from thought to attitude to a tendency to a belief to a perception. The unconscious agreement to these beliefs is very primary. Most important is that we agree to this. And this agreement that you agree with this belief that you are this or you are that. You have agreement with this desire. You have an agreement with this belief. You are validating this belief. It is a highly validated phenomena. Any highly validated phenomena or any highly validated imagination fiction becomes a reality. Like a 500 rupee note, which is a validated and agreed upon. And then what happens is, I like the terminology of Bert Hellinger here. That's why I say it's an integrated mother tincture of wisdom, which likes to call, I like this word unconscious loyalty. That we kind of get loyal to that belief system. We get loyal to that phenomenon. We get loyal to that dilemma between the famous and not very famous. You can see the line. Now, when you look at these, when I look at these beliefs that I wrote down on that day, I reflect. I close my eyes, I meditate. I sit with a book. And one thing that one realizes that both these beliefs are self-limiting beliefs. They are self-limiting because the purpose is to be famous or not to be famous. And it is coming from a fearful place, a security place, a survival place. And it is limiting because the creativity, the love, the skills, the abilities, the potential that is there in me gets very limited. And this realization of these deeper fears which sponsor these inner desires or expectations of yourself keeps me away from a love-filled karmas, creative karmas, expanding beyond my imagination, working with a field of another kind of possibilities, which is not limited to this two polarities or whatever you call it, two opposing desires. And that love, that creativity, that spontaneity, that intimacy, that inner urge, that inner intuition, that inner channel that I am is limited. It doesn't allow expansion. And when you go inside and you look at what is the phenomena that is generating this desire or this belief, helps you to integrate something, reframe, choose to look at a reality in the way you want to. Seth says we are all connected to the soul of this earth. I like this very much, especially today when I was speaking of this, connected to the soul of this earth. In Gujarat, they celebrate this Navratri. By the way, today is the 8th day of the Navratri. And it is coincidental that by going by the Gujarati date or the moon phases date, today happens to be my birthday. The 8th day of Navratri. And in Gujarat, they celebrate Garba. You must be knowing this, no? Everywhere now there is Garba. Even my daughter who lives in Bangalore, she sent me many pictures of so many pandals where they are full of people who are dancing this Garba. So what is this Garba? You know, this word Garba comes from this word Garbo. And Garbo also means a womb. Or Garbo also in that sense means that it is the womb with the fire within, and that is the womb that holds the earth. And the fire within is that soul of that earth, soul of this earth. So today it's very interesting. You must be seeing, these days we see it less, but I remember on signal lights, there would be women who carry the pot with a little light inside and they ask for money on the Navratri days. I always wondered what that pot was and why do I need to put money in it? So that earthen pot, that's what Seth is telling us through Jane, that we are all connected to this soul of this earth. What is happening is that somehow we are losing this connection. You can see in the form of wars, in the form of bombings, in the form of separation within families, separations between husband, wife, separation between children and parents, separation that we experience out of our own inner personalities that clash. And this 8th day of Navratri celebration, the goddess Durga Navratri celebration, 8th day symbolizes the Mahagauri, that is intelligence and peace. So it is a very auspicious day. Thank you, Dr. Newton, and thank you, universe, for choosing me today to make this presentation. So Mahagauri Mata is usually depicted with 4 hands holding a trident. It is a fear-dispelling gesture. So friends, today we want to meditate and we want to dispel the fears, the matrix of fear consciousness that is destroying the womb of this earth, destroying the inner fire, the life, the soul of this earth, and also the soul, our own soul, because we are connected to the soul of this earth. And our fears are the fears of the Mother Earth. And the fourth is a blessing gesture. She rides on a white bull, usually shown wearing white clothes, and she is one of peace goddesses. So you can see how Jane Roberts downloading this, Seth speaking this, connects with the, comes together as we are standing today in history. Trying to hold space for our soul that is same as the soul of this Mother Earth. So discovering the personal ideas that you hold about yourself, this is the key. You take your personal ideas about yourself and all the assumptions that you have made or are making or are existing in your consciousness, you take this, all this as truth. The problem is that we are not able to differentiate clearly. We don't have what some teachers call as the critical filter to understand what is an assumption and what is truth. A hippie, you know how those hippies used to be, they don't shave, they are dirty, they have not taken bath for so many days, they wore all these torn clothes, you know, in 70s was the days of the hippies, and they had all the shoes torn, their clothes were torn and this and that, and one such hippie was sitting in the bus, and there comes a father who comes and sits next to this hippie. And the father asks the hippie, "My dear son, it looks like you have lost one of your shoe." So hippie says, "No, father, I found one." So we somehow tend to make this assumption. The moment we hear Mary had a, then you immediately, even if it is written something else, you will read it as little lamb. Mass consciousness, media, ancestral patterning adds emotional charges to these assumptions, and these assumptions start manifesting as reality. For you, they become real. And what happens with these when we live in this aura of these invisible assumptions? When we live in the spirit of these invisible assumptions that are working through your energy systems into your mind and into your body, this whole aspect kind of brings this unrecognized assumptions into reality, and you get divorced from your own inner reality. You get divorced from your genuinity. You get divorced from your inner essence, your true essence, your core, whatever words you want to use, your inner childlike essence, you can say. Life is, the self is not limited, and there are no boundaries or separation of the self. You can make your own reality. Understanding, experiencing the self without or apart from all the beliefs about yourself. When you see yourself as little more than the beliefs that you have about your own self, a newer self will be born. This is what the book is all about. How to recognize this entire mechanism of our system. Seth says, even if you are limited to boundaries of your skin physically, your environment is only an extension of yourself. Your environment is the physical picture of your thoughts, of your emotions, of your beliefs made visible to you to recognize and move through them. What is happening outside? We are engaged continuously in the process, with the emotions. We play that dandiya with what is happening outside. Actually, what is happening outside is is a window to look at what is happening inside. And Seth says your emotions, your thoughts, your belief move through a space as a subtle electromagnetic force. They affect your physical condition, even separate or distant from you. Your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, everything is affecting multiple things that may not even be so near to you, even distant to you. And it is like an electromagnetic force. Very interesting. There is a direct chemical and dynamic interaction within the body that your thoughts, emotions, and belief can create. So what I loved very much is this concept, or this description that Seth makes, that it is an electromagnetic force. And for many of us friends, this will look like a theory. But we will take 2 minutes. If some of you can switch on your video, it would be even good, so that at least I see a few people doing the process for 2 minutes. Okay. So what we need to do is very simple. And today we are going to get it very quick because we are on the 8th day, blessed by the soul of the earth. Okay. So you make the cup, you cup your palms like this. You cup your palms like this, and roughly at the level of your shoulders or around there, half beyond the shoulders, you cup them and you kind of bring them close up to a certain point. And then very slowly go like this, very slowly as you can, focusing between your palms. Keep breathing, focus on your breath, as if your breath is going in and out, and this palm is also going in and out very gently. Come to as close as when you start feeling it. Once you start feeling it, let it pulse. Synchronous with the beats of your heart, synchronous with your breath. Then slowly you can feel the boundaries of that, whatever you're feeling. Between your palms, it may be like a magnet. You can feel it round. You can feel that energy around you. Wonderful, friends. If you want, you can add some colors to it. And then place your left palm just below your umbilicus and then your right on top of it, and put this energy back into your hara. Take a few deep breaths and you can open your eyes. So before we go ahead, Is there anybody who could experience this, would like to share? Maybe I'm stopping this sharing for some time from here. Is there anybody who would like to share? Did they feel this when they did this? Anybody would like to share? Yes, Archana ji. Can you unmute yourself, please? Yes, Archana ji.
Hello, sir. Thank you
Hello,
for
ji.
this wonderful experience and thank you for the session today. I felt the heat between the two arms,
Correct.
exactly the heat, and exactly when I was trying to bring them little closer than the usual one which I had it earlier at this place, then I could really feel that heat is getting closer and I can feel that kind of one is attracting, or yeah, the magnetic power or so.
Exactly.
And yeah, I was like amazed because
Yes.
I understand that we are all built with the magnetic power in, we are all having a molecules, atoms, and all this is a magnet. But today with this experience I can really feel it.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Thank you so
Wonderful,
much.
wonderful. That's what Seth is saying, that our feelings, our emotions, our beliefs, our actions are all expressed as electromagnetic energy into the electromagnetic energy that is there around, that we are made up of, and that is around us both. Wonderful. Thank you. Anybody else would like to share? So one of the practices that I regularly do my own self is, one is every day spending 10 minutes trying to connect with light, looking at the light, knowing very clearly what is the difference between andhakar, darkness, and light. And more you look at light, more you will get connected to this electromagnetic energy, which I tend to feel very often these days, even without doing anything in my breath, in my hands. It is very easy to feel this. It is just a little sadhana that you need a commitment to. So let us go further with our point. Okay, is my yes. So the examine the conclusions. Okay. So we are not limited by the boundaries, and your thoughts and beliefs move through a space as a subtle electromagnetic force. They affect the physical conditions, even separate from you. There are direct chemical and dynamic interactions in the body that your thoughts, emotions, beliefs can create. So one thing very, very interesting is to always keep in mind. He says that what conclusions you are making out of the occurrences that are happening. You will reach your soul agenda so that you can transcend these tendencies and bring love-filled expansion of this electromagnetic around you, this electromagnetic energy around you, this electromagnetic vibes around you. So one is examine your thoughts. Two is try to look at what conclusions you are making out of the occurrences. You didn't find a parking, you will say, I am unlucky. Seth says that physically, when you out breath, a portion of your body leaves you constantly. When you are charged with emotions that are sponsored by your limiting fear-based belief systems, that charge within is carried by chemicals like adrenaline and other chemicals. Last time we spoke about this don't rock the boat phenomena. That this adrenaline, these chemicals, they propel you into certain actions when this happens. There is a rush of chemicals within your body. There is a charge that these chemicals carry. Then Seth is questioning, where does this charge go? It is not remaining only within your body. The charge of these chemicals, charge of all the emotions that liberate these hormones or that excite these hormones, like your breath. You release all these energy imprints of these intense chemicals that are there in our system, into the air, into the surroundings that are beyond you. It not only remains in your body with a suppressed emotions holding somewhere in your body in the form of some burning, in the form of some knots, in the form of some breathlessness, in the form of some distress, unexplained distresses. It is also cast into the air and it affects the atmosphere around you. It affects the atmosphere of your family. It immediately affects every single member of the family. It is like a chemical poisoning, as if these chemicals are emitted out in the form of toxic vapors that corrupt this electromagnetic energy that is around us, that we are also a part of, and the energy is an extension of us. It affects the environment around you, influences the outcome of your endeavors. These charged and patterned emotions have a tremendous electromagnetic nature and are in transmission and are in action, and they co-create our personal reality. Emotions and feeling tones. Very interesting words he uses. Feeling tones. What is the tonality? Reinforces situations and perceptions. So, being extremely aware of your unconscious emotional tones. Your body and your system receives and sends signals that are jumbled up in counter directions. Left alone, our system is spontaneous. It is self-active, highly creative, highly expanding unit. To change your recurring negative experiences or a portion of your ideas and beliefs need to be addressed immediately and reframed. You are not the idea, but one who is experiencing them. That's what Jane writes. Mind is filled with debris of what some masters call as fourth dimension. The third eye and the conscious mind is like a gigantic camera. And the ego directs the focus and the views. Many identities, many selves within can regroup and maintain marvelous spontaneity. And the false beliefs create a rigid ego. A false belief that one wants to hold on to, for example, of ego of the fame and ego of the name and ego of the money, whatever, it makes you more rigid. It doesn't allow the compassion. It doesn't allow the flow. It doesn't allow the spontaneity. It doesn't allow the true love. It doesn't allow autonomy. It doesn't allow intimacy. So the focus of the third eye, or the focus of your consciousness, is completely by this ego. If this ego is flexible, if this ego is not as rigidly programmed with these beliefs, then you have much more brighter chance of expansion. Emotions like fear, anger, jealousy follow the dictates of your belief. Often ideas you hold as truths are just beliefs. I often say to myself, it is not necessarily true, even though I believe it. Emotional wisdom, awareness, and openness to discard the beliefs. Most importantness is openness to discard these limiting beliefs that imply self-limitation. The first step to awakening possibilities that are beyond logical knowledge or beyond knowledge-based efforts. Fruits that come will surprise you, even if you can discard one belief. It will, even that if you discard one belief, you will see the change within 24 hours, sometimes within 24 seconds. This pitiful experience that humans have, belief that humans have, that I am at the mercy of my past or my past lives, I need to be punished for my misdeeds of some lifetime or some past. Seth says that all realities are parallel. Time is an illusion. Actually, the future may be affecting the past. As Dr. Newton, our guru, says many times, that karma is a law and science of learning. It is not a science of punishment. So, what we are going to do today is we are going to use one window which Seth speaks about in his initial chapters. And that window is expectations of yourself, expectations of the others contribute to creating your personality. Understanding your personality and see what is creating your personality through this window of expectations. Let us, friends, do today a short meditation to awaken this garbo, to awaken this spirit of that is within you, that interconnected spirit that connects you to the spirit of this planet Earth. First, expectation of ourselves. Most important part of this process is to experience the feeling tones of these unmet expectations or these overcompensated expectations. Feeling the underlying beliefs and emotional attitudes and emotional correlation. Expectations are the core from where you can enter into some deep beliefs that create your personality. Once you recognize these emotional colorations, he calls them emotional colorations. I really loved it. And you identify and you feel the emotions and let them run and keep meditating as you sink through. As you, again I say, as you sink through and through these layers, drop yourself from here, this net, the golden net drop yourself from here down and then go even further down and then go even further down and go even further. Allow yourself to sink through these beliefs and fears, the layers of them, till you reach and discover the garbo, that fire, that garbha with that divine fire, until you discover that Mahagavari within you, the true nature of your soul within. Discover the deeper rhythm of this garbo. And we will do this with the first awareness of the expectations within. So friends, I suggest that we could all first meditate and identify a few expectations that are running your life maybe. Just close your eyes and see if you can identify a few expectations. Just focus on one expectation or a couple of expectations. Feel that expectation that you have of yourself. Feel that expectation that you have of the other. Feel those emotional charges that are connected, that are associated with this expectation. Allow yourself to see beyond time, to feel beyond time. What emotions are resulting out of these expectations? The tonality of those emotions. What beliefs are holding these limiting expectations? What are these self-limiting beliefs that are projected in this expectation? discover that weeping soul, that lamenting soul, that striving soul, that incomplete soul, love yourself, to recognize that electromagnetic nature of these emotions carried by the chemicals inside and emitted outside. Of the fears, of the resentment, of the anger, of the jealousies, of the chronic negative emotional patterns. The feelings of disappointment, disapproval, separation, isolation, lonely, inadequate, inferior, unfulfilled. All the emotions and the beliefs projected in your expectations. Looking within, what emotions are evoked out of these expectations? What beliefs are in operation holding these expectations? What conclusions are made about yourself and the other? What kind of unrecognized feelings you are carrying within? What belief system makes you feel you are not acknowledged, appreciated, recognized? A blanket of self-limiting emotions and beliefs, a layer a complex layer. As I count from 5 to 1, allow yourself to sink through and through. Drop yourself through and through this field that's holding this negativity. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just drop yourself, sink down through it. As you meet your next level of resistance, that is holding you from reaching that garba within. Allow yourself to sink through this resistance. As I count from 5 to 1, drop yourself, sink yourself deeper down to the core. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As I count from 5 to 1, allow yourself to sink even deeper and deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. Just sink into that deeper and deeper layer, getting closer and closer to that soul, that pure garbo. As you feel the change in your breath, take a few breaths and allow yourself to sink deeper. As I count from 5 to 1, drop yourself into that core, into the spirit of that garbo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Connect yourself with that soul of the earth, the soul within you, that essence, that essential essence. Their purest, creative, love-filled essence, that expanding, compassionate essence. Energy flowing in all directions, in and out, round and round. Like a fountain of Taurus going in and coming out. In your safest, love-filled, highest potential. Feel the emotions, feel the colors, feel the sounds within, feel the taste, feel the smell. Experience it deeply as if happening now. Completely trusting your reality. Every exhaling breath is releasing charges of filled with positivity and creativity, filled with newer possibilities. Feel your body as a yantra emitting all this wonderful positive electromagnetic vibes, cleansing and cleansed all the debris that was existing. In deeper acceptance of what is. sink into this, merge into this field of oneness, into this field of the spirit, into the field of the soul. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Take a few deep breaths, friends. As you get ready to rise above all those layers and come out like a phoenix, like a fountain of new possibilities bursting out into this universe. The world needs this energy, friends. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow yourself to emerge. Break out, fly like a phoenix, come out jumping like a dolphin with fountain of possibilities. As you embrace this Mother Earth and the possibilities of abundance within it. Feel the emotions, feelings, colors, taste, smell, action. Put your left palm on your heart and then put on top of it your right palm. Both on your heart as you take a few deep breaths. Whenever you are ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Yes, friends, anybody would like to share just what wisdom you got from Jane Roberts and Seth?
That you would like to share?
Yes, Pankaj
Just what wisdom you got from Jane Roberts and Seth? Whenever you start saying Jayesh bhai, I immediately start paining between my two eyes. I don't know why. And then, something starts moving, above in my skull, like to share. Like, what wisdom you got from Jane Roberts.
There's some, just one moment. Let me see if I can stop all the sharing.
So,
Okay.
yeah. And when you started saying about, like, initially I saw that I am flying, there is a very beautiful sea, and I'm flying high in the sky, again falling, again flying high. In the same way, I'm going deep down the sea, coming down, again going to the deeper. And finally, when you say that, I really, right now, I'm feeling that I have the wings and I'm flying.
Wonderful.
Very nice. Very Jayesh bhai. So much thanks. Wonderful experience.
Thank you so much, Pankaj. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Anybody else would like to share? Yes, Lataji.
Hi sir, namaste.
Namaste, Lataji.
Happy birthday to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a very nice meditation after a long time. Uh, uh, when you initially, I think there were couple of 4 or 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Every time there was one new color that was adding from orange slowly to other color, then green, and then the final one was the pure white light. It was so calm, so peaceful, absolutely breathless, speechless, and it was excellent.
Thank you so much,
That's
Lataji.
nothing more than that. It was like, it's very, very nice actually. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing this. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you, sir.
Always
Thank you,
good seeing you, Lataji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anybody else would like to share? Please feel free if you want to say anything. Some questions maybe you have. You could ask some questions also, no problem. Anyone wanting? Yes.
Jayesh bhai, one tendency, how to remove from the mind that something, at parental level, there is always a feeling that I should have done that and I should not have done that. And that feeling, creates a lot of, I don't know, a lot of, sometimes, I mean, not decide that what I did was a right or wrong. Though always I did, that I thought that parental thoughts, I mean, everybody has a different thinking about how to upbring the family. Now, this guilt, of not doing something properly and giving pain to parents, that I want to remove, that disturbs me a lot.
So one of the most important things, Pankajji, what you are asking is so significant for many, many of us. That the secret lies in first becoming a child to your parent and telling your parents that you are small, little, small, innocent Pankaj. Put your head in their lap. Become a small child first. Tell them that you are big, I am very small, little Pankaj. Put your hands on my head. Caress me. And in that process, you will regain first your innocence. Only way you gain innocence is by first regaining your essence that we lose as we grow up. Become so conditioned to do this, not do this, to right, to wrong, that in this whole process we lose this fundamental way of being, that you are also a little child of your parents. So take that place. Today night, meditate, put your head into in their laps and say, I'm only your small child today. Put your head on my head and caress my head. And from that, you will see what will come out.
Yes, true, Jayesh bhai. Okay, yeah. Even I did. Dad is 95 years old. I did, but somehow they don't know that guilt does not go. He's very fine, absolutely loving me. But still, something in pinching that I could have done this to make him more happy. Okay, that's the.
The second part of this is also lies in the constellation ideas, that one of the most important things is that one has a right to his own fate. Your father has a right to his fate. એમનું જે ભાવિ છે, the fate, as you say, he has a right to his fate. So accept and respect his fate. Two, you accept and respect your fate, that your fate was meant to feel guilty and you accept that fate. In deep acceptance, true acceptance lies the path to newer way of relating thinking.
Yes. Yes.
Each human soul comes with his own fate, including my fate. I have to take responsibility for my fate. And I have to respect that you have a right to your fate. Three is, they say that there is law of interference. We don't interfere in somebody's fate. You can love, you can be there for them, but you can't interfere with their fate.
Yes, Jayesh, right? So many things got clear. Yes, 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 yes.
Thank you. Anybody else would ask anything? Yes, sir. One last thing I want to say, what Seth had said in his book, Jane Roberts, who downloaded it, is that by hating hatred, you cannot create love. By hating violence, you cannot create peace. The peace should come first internally, and that creates more peace. Just your being, your inner work, your best potential, your abundance is what the world needs today. Your integrated self, your happy self will be a biggest gift to this planet Earth, because you will emit that positive electromagnetic vibes. When you dance and do that garba, you emit a lot of positive electromagnetic vibes. So if 1 or 2 days are remaining, please go and celebrate. Dance as much as you can. So with this, I would thank the QLU, their mission, Dr. Newton, his vision, Dr. Lakshmi, her wisdom which is beautiful. All of you at the QLU, Harika, thank you for holding space. And I will sign off for today till we meet with more dimensions and more directions. See you for now.
Master.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you.
Friends, one small announcement. For those of you who don't know, there's a program called Jagriti that is going on. Tomorrow is the last day, and Dr. Lakshmi is going to join with us on the last day. It's going to be a beautiful session. Please join at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be in Hindi, 6 to 7:30 in the morning. And if you don't know how to join, then you can always join on YouTube, QLU Global Hindi channel, or contact us if you have our number. Otherwise, you can always visit our website for the number. Thank you. Thank you so much.